Hello everyone, my name is Anastasia Saut. I'm a contemporary artist. In my artistic practice, I prefer combining art and psychology. I would like to invite you to a virtual tour of my exhibition Submarine at the Artistic Gallery in Belgrade. This title is allegorical. Through symbolic images, I show my personal experience of motherhood. The social, physiological, and artistic changes I have experienced both as an artist and as a woman. The exhibition is multimedia. You can see, hear, touch my works, and go deep into the subject with me. And maybe my experience and your experience have something in common. I had to leave my active social life in the metropolis, where I had an art career, and move to Sri Lanka, where my life was completely different. In a sense, I went underwater, but not to very bottom. I stayed afloat. For the past 11 years, I have been creating interesting projects that transform my emotional experience of motherhood into art. Let's return to the multimedia exhibition. Here you can see the video art reflection. I created this video underwater in Indian Ocean. It is two cubes, a glass cube and mirror cube. In the glass, one is my childhood photo, which is reflected. So I symbolically conveyed my feelings of life with my son on the island, where I was alone and spent time with him 24 hours. Now let's move on to abstract paintings. I will now share my strange and unique experience. I started creating them after I gave birth. However, my physiological changes led me to abstraction. It was the hormonal changes. I didn't sleep much and became very sensitive to the colors in my palette. I saw everything around me in bright colors and abstract. I had strong emotions but little free time. The titles of the paintings also speak to my experience as a mother. For instance, there is a brief in, brief out. Open book, close book. A few free minutes. A famous art historian Vitaly Patsyukov studied my experience as a unique phenomenon in art. Let's move to this part of the room where I will show you the imprints series. I created these works during moments when I had no physical strength or time, but strong emotions and desire to create something beautiful. I made prints from children's toys and baby food jazz. Later, I edited this video to show the dynamics of the process. I love working with glass. It is a fragile material, yet it can be very expressive. There are shadows, and there is a story about how I was an air balloon and became a submarine. This wall features touching artwork from my personal collection, which I'm showing for the first time. You will see watercolor painting that I created before I know I was pregnant, but I could already feel changes on a physical and emotional level. You see the mirror again, and it is not accidentally. In the context of motherhood, the connection with a child is often too strong. At a certain point, a woman shares the same lifestyle, and yet, as a child, she recognizes herself in the children's face features and remembers her own childhood. You know, for the last 11 years, I have addressed the theme of the inner child in all my projects. My inner child has helped me connect with my son and enjoy playing and doing things together. There are art objects in the Submarine multimedia exhibit. I came up with the simple fish when I was a little girl. I would draw them with my finger on glass, sand, or snow. Now there are three-dimensional images and other mobiles. You can also see in my exhibit ladders with the broken rungs. And this is about the adult position. To be able to fix, to be able to step over, not to be afraid, and to keep going forward. And in closing, I will share with you a touching and symbolic story from my life. Recently, for my birthday, my son gave me a gift. It was a boat, which he made himself out of wood. When I saw this, I had an interesting thought. My son is growing up, becoming more independent. He is giving me the opportunity to surface and transition from being a submarine to being a boat that goes its own way.